Hi, welcome to Talk Time with Noah. Today's topic is going to be fall from grace. Now, what is fall from grace? Fall from grace is a loss of favor or a loss of position or power or honor. Now, I know some of you might ask why that particular topic. More often than not, when we have a fall from grace, people tend to handle things in many different ways, and I'm just going to share with you something that I'm sort of slightly passionate about, in the sense that what I'm sharing with you today is basically things that are from my experience. Now, I'm not going to profess that it's an expertise or something that is something that I've studied. It's not something that I've studied, nor have I got what I call expertise in it, but I'm going to give you what I see as something that's close to the heart, and it's from personal experience. And I would hope that my imparting or sharing that particular knowledge or that experience might help one or two people to be able to see how they can at least help themselves once they've fallen from grace. Now, when we say what is to fall from grace, when you ask yourself a loss of favor, a loss of power, or a loss of position of honor, a lot of us may think in terms of, oh, that's quote unquote something to do in terms of either political or job or something like that. While that is true in itself, I also want to look at it from a personal point of view. You know, to fall from grace can also mean something like your marriage has failed, and things that have happened in your marriage have sort of brought you to a certain level where people don't see you as they saw you before. You've lost your job. You've lost your job again. People don't see you as in the way they saw you before. You've lost certain earnings, and again, people don't see you in the same light as they saw you before. Now, once that happens, what does one do? More often than not, a lot of people, when they have a fall from grace, tend to go and hide. They become a recluse, they hide and everything like that. So that in itself, I think, is detrimental. And that's where I'm going to come in and try and see if I can help you find avenues that help boost you as an individual to be able to counter those particular things. Now, as I said earlier on, I'm sharing my experiences and what I know and from what I went through. So I would hope my experiences might speak to somebody in some way or some form or some shape. Now, without going into the details, I had a very big fall, as in a fall from grace. Now, my first reaction was I hide. I became a recluse. I didn't want to move out of the house. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to be in the comfort of my home, just sit in the home, to a point where at certain times I didn't even want to switch on the TV, because you were expecting that probably something regards yourself might pop up. I didn't want to look at the papers or anything like that. But having said that, a realization came, in the sense that here I was hiding and then slowly progressing into a state of depression. Now, it was a choice of, do I remain in a depressive state, or do I make amends, or do I make moves to get myself out of this depressive state? The choice was to get myself out of the depressive state. Now, how do you do that? First and foremost, you have to accept the position that you're in. Now, some people will never fall from grace. Some people were probably held extremely high jobs and everything. They don't want to accept the position that they're in. You have to accept. And by accepting the position you're in, is first you've got to accept the deed that you did, whether it was wrong, right, or whatever. You have to accept it. Secondly, you have to accept that you are no longer in the same position that you were in before. So you can't live your life exactly the same way as you did before, because then you'll be kidding yourself. So you've got to be able to say to yourself, I'm in a different position. First of all, I accept what I did, whether it was wrong or whatever it was. You accept it, and then you accept the position that you're in. Now, once you've done that, the first thing I would suggest is, if there was other people involved, and if there was certain things that you needed to do, I would suggest firstly, as a healing process for yourself, is to go back to the people that were involved, make your peace, apologize, make your peace, and state the case, and then accept that you either were in the wrong or the situation that you got yourself into is what has played out. Once you've done that, then you can start building. Now, once you start building, you need to remember facts that will always be there. There will always be, and I say this honestly, there will always be a certain group of people that want you boxed in by either your mistake. There will be a certain group that want you boxed in by either wanting you to remain below what they would like you to remain. And there will be a certain group that just will judge you according to what you are at that time or whatever transpired. They will want to box you. But I say to you this, don't let anybody or ever let anybody be the judge or determine how you perceive yourself. You have got to make sure that you make the efforts. What people think of you is none of your business. What you need to do is grow yourself. And when I say grow yourself, is you've accepted the wrongs or the deeds that have gone, the misdeeds that have happened to you. Two, you've made a conscious choice to be able to say, I want to grow. And when you're growing, you've got to be able to say to yourself, this growth is important to me. This growth is important to whoever it is, my family and everything like that. Now, once you've made that choice, you now have to have a focus. What is your destination? You have a target. What do you want to get to? If it's those people that lost their job and everything like that, and you want to get back to the same level or you want to even get higher, you've got to create yourself a target. If it's those people that have sort of like gone through divorce and everything like that, and they feel their reputation, everything, you've got to have a target again to say, how do I build my reputation? Now, once you've made that target, the end target, the actual end target, you've now got to make smaller targets, your daily target, weekly target, monthly target, and start ticking off as you grow with those particular things. Now, it may sound tedious, but then it's actually fulfilling that once you reach that one target and you take it off, you challenge yourself for the next target, you take that off, and as you grow, you start to build a certain confidence. Remember, you've come from a position, and I said earlier on, you've come from a position where you were almost a recluse, hiding and everything like that. So you're beginning to grow. As you're growing as an individual, you start to grow. One target at a time, and then you start to grow. Now, you've got to remember, you will have setbacks. You definitely will have setbacks. But don't let the setbacks define who you are. Don't let those people that want to box you in define who you are. You knew who you were before your misdeed or misdemeanor or your misfortune happened to you. You knew who you were. So you've got to get yourself back to that particular individual. You've got to get yourself to a place where you believe you can actually grow and be better. Now, being better doesn't necessarily mean you're better than everybody else or better than what you were before, but you're just improving yourself as in terms of building your integrity, building your character, building your reputation. Now, you've got to remember, all these things were thrown into tatters. People's trust of you went down. People's perception of you went down. So it's a slow process, but you've got to be able to work at it. As you work at it, you get better at it. As you get better at it, you start to see, some people start to see you in a different light. And as some people start to see you in a different light, it gives you a bit more confidence to grow. Now, remember, some people who were in your life before might have to just be left behind. You know, sometimes in life we have the cruel facts are this. Some people are in our lives to be able to help us. Some people are in our lives just to be able to either be mean to us, but then as they're mean to us, they teach us certain things. And some people are in our lives just for an experience. So you've now got to know, do I grow with or without these people? Or do I grow as an individual? And do I really need X? Do I need Y? Or if X and Y are needed, why are they needed in my life? And if Z is not needed, why is Z not needed? And then you've just got to be able to make the conscious decision to say, right, this is where I'm going. These are my targets. You either come with me or you don't come with me. Now, it's a very important thing for you to do that. So a fall from grace is not very pleasant, and it's sometimes not really, easy to deal with, but it is something that you can manage. So far, I've just given you what I would say, just a gist of how you can get yourself out of those kind of situations when you fall from grace. Believe you me, hiding doesn't help you. And if you hide, it'll just make things worse for you. Believe you me, trying to get out there is very important. Trying to be able to rebuild your life is very important. Rebuilding yourself, rebuilding your reputation, rebuilding your character is very important. And as you do that, remember to learn from the mistakes that you made. The people that were involved in your fall from grace. If I were you, I wouldn't associate with them. The people that put you in that position that you're in, if I were you, I wouldn't associate with them. Remember those people that were good to you even when you were at your lowest. Those are the people that you keep in your life. And as you keep those kind of people, because they have accepted you whichever way you are, those are the people you keep, and those are the people that you grow your relationships with, you grow your friendships with. Now remember, for those of you that would be in a situation of divorce, or in a situation where your relationship has broken up, sometimes you've got to accept that your partner or your ex-partner has moved on. They have moved on. Respect them. The amount of respect that you show, no matter what happened, don't start picking on whose fault or whose fault was it. Once you show them respect, whichever way it is, you show them respect, that respect reflects on you as an individual. The respect that you give them is a reflection of the respect that you give yourself. Don't be bitter, and don't try and settle scores or anything like that. You don't have the time to settle scores. What you need to do is grow yourself, because you've got to heal, ready for your next relationship. And once you've healed and once you've grown ready for your next relationship, the lessons that you learned from your previous relationship will stand you in good stead for the next relationship, so that you don't make the same mistakes, or you don't burden your new partner with the same ills that you had in your previous relationship. I hope that my discussion with you today regards the fall from grace has been of help. And if it has been of help, please don't forget to put your comments in the comment box under the YouTube thing. And if you need to, please subscribe. I'll be delighted to see more of you subscribe. Please give us the ideas of discussions or topics that you'd like us to do. And also, please give us the suggestions of how best we can improve ourselves. Give us the good, the bad, and whatever you see. We're quite happy to sort of see it, take it, and then learn from it. I would be most delighted to be able to interact with a lot of you people. Some of you might just, if those of you that are unable to sort of subscribe or don't want to sort of put your comments, and if you want to email me privately, my email is nawasiwongo@gmail.com. Feel free to email me at any time. I'll be glad to take your emails, and I'll be able to discuss more things with you. And if some of you are going through what I sort of described today and you need some help from myself, I'll be delighted to be able to sort of sit with you, talk with you, and help you build yourself back to what you would like to be, or what you would perceive yourself or want yourself to get to. Right, I'd say thank you so much for listening. God bless, take care, and hope to see you again next time. Bye.